You are now listening to the iWalter Show. Real talk about nothing.
Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. Look, up in the sky, it's a bird brain, it's a plane, it's iWalter. Yes, it's iWalter, strange visitor from another planet who came to Earth with powers and abilities far beyond those of mortal men. iWalter, who can change the course of mighty rivers, bend ears with his annoying voice, and who disguised as Walter Interranti, mild-mannered janitor for a great metropolitan newspaper, fights a never-ending battle for truth, nonsense, and the American way. And now, another exciting episode in the adventures of iWalter.
Welcome back, folks. This is iWalter. Hey, I'm actually getting started really late in the night or early in the morning. I got distracted. I got some show I bought, and I didn't start to watch it yet because I was trying to watch this show called Liv and Maddie. Liv, L-I-V, and A-N-D, Maddie. I know it's kind of ridiculous. It's a Disney show. I started watching it, and I actually started really liking it. It's pretty entertaining. Some kid shows just kind of break up the monotony of, the chaos of what I normally watch. And Liv and Maddie, I just really enjoy that show. I mean, some kid shows just crack me up. Some of these little kids are really funny. Anyway, yeah, I got Ghost Whispers in the mail, and I wanted to finish out this other show, not realizing it was actually that show Liv and Maddie. Liv and Maddie has actually been on, I think, 3 or 4 years now. That kid is really entertaining. All those kids are really funny. So I, got a late start. I'm going to be paying the price now. Welcome into the Friday morning, by the way, to my iWalter show. Hey, I stumbled upon something when I was trying to look for material to talk about besides, that kids show. And lo and behold, I was really shocked. I started maybe listening to a few seconds of it. I was willing to buy it, but it's not for sale. And it was Stephanie, I forget what her, Giamonti. I'm not saying it right. Basically, Lady Gaga, before she, decided what her character was going to be. And there was some album that it's on the whole album. You can listen to it. You just can't buy it or you can't download it. I don't know how to. I'd like to. So I can listen to it in my car. It was posted on this magazine website called Nylon.com. And it said, listen to Lady Gaga before she was Lady Gaga. And it's actually pretty interesting. I can't say I listened to enough. Well, when she went by her name of Stephanie, she had one album out, which I was able to find. You can only buy it as bootlegs, unfortunately. So I feel bad for her. I think she tried to destroy all the copies that were released. She tried to, basically make sure her old image was well hidden. So apparently she released a second album that I didn't even heard of. I never heard of it. And it was called, looks like Wunderland. So, like Wunder, it's Wunderland. And it's definitely different. It does not sound like her voice-wise, yeah, but it does not sound like the stuff you expect from what she made herself. So it's actually pretty damn good. I forget, there's 11 tracks, and it just kind of got leaked out, I guess, because I haven't heard about her in a while. It's kind of fizzled out from last year when I went to two of her concerts. So she's kind of resurfaced again, and so did this album she put out that I thought I knew everything about her, and I didn't see this coming. So I'm going to keep that one up for myself because I want to see what I can do with it. So that was pretty cool. I tried to even look at it and said, oh, check it out on iTunes. Well, it's not on there, trust me. It's got a picture of her early stages. I mean, you're talking back in 2006, which for most people, I don't know. I mean, is it a long time ago? I kind of think it is. But anyway, you can get it on Pure Volume is where they send you to. I'm going to have to bookmark that now, too. You're going to have to excuse me for a minute while I do this. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Because, yeah, the one album, it was called Red and Blue EP. I was able to buy that, and they said, oh, you can buy it on iTunes. No, you can't. You have to buy it as a bootleg. And it's a new material, but it's not. It's old material that just recently got released. She put out 2 albums under her real name. And the second one, yeah, that was released in 2006. Well, actually, both were. Because one was May 30th, 2006. And this other one, it just recently surfaced, was October of 2006. So she was on a roll there for a while. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to go back to my Facebook page now, folks. Oh, sorry, I got distracted. I shouldn't do that on even recorded radio, but it just caught my attention. It's on Facebook. I'm going to have to like this, literally, because it's Time Magazine. It says Gwyneth Paltrow on comparisons to other actresses. There's something slightly misgenetic about it. Misgenetic. I'm saying that word wrong. I'm saving that one for later because that's actually not what I was going to look up. I actually had some articles today, actually, that I kind of stumbled upon, probably some from Todd. And it got started because I was listening to the recap. I was listening the day later as much as I can to Rush Limbaugh. And for the last 2 days, or the past 2 days, I don't know if he did that today, he was making a lot of fuss about Caitlyn Jenner, which I personally think Bruce Jenner just looks scary. I'm sorry. They really doctored the pictures of him or her in what do you call it, in Vanity Fair. I'm going to see if I can find this text I sent to a friend because I thought it was pretty interesting. I basically quoted or took something off of Rush's page, Rush Limbaugh, and he wrote, I tell you folks, I'm having a tough time keeping up with everything. I really am. Bruce Jenner is a woman, but he still has his penis. I did not know that. I was kind of questioning that because he's still got his regular voice and he's got this face that looks completely plastic. But he goes on to say, he goes on to say that Barack Obama is a Jew because Barack Obama compared himself as being like the only Jew in office, and it was like. Rush corrected that. I forget who he mentioned who was really Jewish, who was in the office before. I didn't know this. Rush said that. But that whole part about Bruce Jenner showing his penis, it's just like there's something not right about him to begin with, and it's just like, okay, if you really want to become a transgender and you keep your penis, there's obviously a reason why you only want partially. And I think it's just from being that messed up family that, was on TV with him. Anyway, yeah, it was. He also states, Rush Limbaugh again, Bill Clinton was the first black. He says that Obama is a Jew. Bill Clinton was the first black president, and Hillary Clinton says her interviews are her speeches. And we're supposed to sit here and just accept all this, and they tell us we're all weirdos, meaning the conservatives, but they're actually the weirdos, I guess is what he's stating. Anyway, I thought it was funny. I heard him kind of talking about that from the day before yesterday. Now was it Wednesday, I guess. So anyway, I had to look it up because he also mentioned that Caitlyn Jenner is going to have her own show. He was playing the promo. It's going to be on E! And I looked it up, and it's like, there's some publicity shots of him. He looks, I mean, if he does just plain still, what do you call it, magazine-type photos and stuff, he might be fine. But when he opens that mouth, and without the airbrushing and from the magazines where they can't airbrush it, or they can airbrush it, when they can't do that though, he is very scary. I mean, it still unfortunately looks like Bruce Jenner, but Rush Limbaugh said that he actually had 10 reconstructive surgeries just on his face alone. But if you see like this promo that's on E! Entertainment, I'm opening it up now. I'm going to make sure I turn off my my speakers, because it'll probably pop open. It just looks kind of weird. It looks unique. And they have some picture. He's in a red dress in a sports car. And I was like, yeah, that woman looks pretty hot. But if you look at the preview for the new upcoming show on E! It's coming out the 26th of July. Folks, it's scary. I mean, it really looks scary. I mean, he looks like Frankenstein's creation. I'm sorry to say that. Here's another page, because it gives the name of the show. Oh, no, that's Rush. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's actually going to be called I Am Kate. And it says, I am Kate and you are the weirdo. Sunday, July 26th. Yeah, I mean, some reality shows I don't have. Well, yeah, I do have problems with reality shows. Most of them are just really bad. I did like that one because I love the one Fat Actress. That was actually really entertaining. And I guess everybody had their Love Jones for, because I got to look that one up. I apologize. I'm going to be typing. Love that. Oh, wait. I actually put in love. Sorry about that, folks. Here we go. Fat Actress was Christy Alley. Christy Alley. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. I think Christy Alley is really hot. And, I mean, that woman has got to be in her 60s. I got to check up that. She was born in 51. She's 64. And I think she still looks really hot. When she loses the weight, at least. But when she had all that extra weight, she was very funny. I mean, she was hilarious. I mean, no puns intended, but she could really carry her weight. I'm not even joking. She really could. When she loses her weight, she looks like, for a 64-year-old woman, she looks really hot. She just has a weight problem. I don't know why. Anyway, yeah, so where was I going with that? Yeah, I could watch that because that was an entertaining show, but this whole thing with Bruce Jenner now being looking like a woman. He really is not a woman in my opinion. He's still a man. He just looks like one now, a woman. That's just plain scary. I mean, I never gotten frightened. I think I'll have nightmares just thinking about these pictures because, I mean, especially when you see him in this one picture, he's got like this skin-tight red dress. He either got really big implants or something. They got to be implants. And he's like in his sports car. It's like, boy, this woman looks really hot. But if you look really close, it's like, whoa, that's Bruce Jenner, and it's really scary. And if you look at like this preview of his show, it's scarier yet because you can see in his hands, and it looks like somebody put like literally a mask on his face because you can see like the remnants of what's left of his, original face underneath. So it's not very pleasant and is most frightening to me. Anyway, Rush also mentioned, so I looked it up and I found this article finally. And it was on, because I know he uses it as a source, it was at dailymail.com. And not Rush's statements, which probably would be better to read than me reading off of the Daily Mail, says, private school teacher outrages parents by taking students as young as 11 on a field trip to an adult novelty store to speak with sex educators. And that means the people who work at this porn shop, literally a porn shop for like 11-year-olds. They went on a field trip. And this school that this teacher comes from, some of the teachers are transgender people. Oh, they want to It was called The Smitten Kitten, and it was last week. Literally, it was last week. Yeah. And it's really scary because you look at a picture of this woman, you can tell she is one of these transgender teachers. And it is probably just as scary, almost as scary as Bruce Jenner. Probably more scary. And that's saying a lot. Because Bruce Jenner is really frightening. I mean, he will give me nightmares. I'm not even gonna hide the fact that the man's just plain scary. But this person is transgender. I would assume transgender. I'm shaving this. Something on Selena Gomez. I have to save that. Story on this teacher had taken these kids on a field trip it's really disturbing. Let me put it that way. Anyway, since I pulled it up, I'll put it on my Facebook page. It says Selena Gomez shows skin in cutout gray jumpsuit and towering heels as she admits she has been keeping so many secrets. I want to read that later on. I don't need to bore people in public about it. She looks really thin again, though. I'll tell you that much. She's only like 20 or 21, I guess. Awfully young. Boy, I wish I was that age again. I'm not saying it in that way. I'm just saying in general, folks. But anyway, let me go back to my main stories. I really don't have that many. Oh, yeah, a friend on my Facebook page put back cover of Vanity Fair, and it's a woman in panties with her that I guess it's supposed to be a man, but has his penis tucked behind her ass. Very funny picture, though. Yeah, so again, I really don't have much to talk about, so I'm not going to bore people to tears. Really wish I could have found that Lady Gaga thing, though, on Stephanie. A friend had sent me an article, friend Todd, and it was a story from the Daily Beast, actually, .com, and it says John Cusack talks Love and Mercy, drug trips, and the ways Obama is worse than Bush. Well, I'm sure, I hate to say it, that John Cusack's probably a nutcase, but the fact that he's actually come to a little sense of reality, realizing that, Obama is not all what he was cracked up to be or is. If he's coming to that realization and he lives out in the wacky West, I got to give the man a little bit credit for that he might have some sense of remorse or whatever, that he may be coming to his senses. I seriously doubt it, because he is from, like, California. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would love to live out there. It's just those people are a bit nutty, unfortunately. Even that's where my goal was someday, which is never going to happen, to go out to the West, to California, to Burbank. So, yeah. Something just came up, story-wise, and I will definitely post this on my Facebook page. More news on entertainment, and it was from comicbookmovie.com. It just got posted. Jason Statham eyed for Bullseye in Daredevil. I said it's Statham? Somebody's going to have to tell me how to say that name. For Bullseye in Daredevil, Mysterio and more expected to appear. So that'll be pretty interesting. We're bringing some more characters into Daredevil. For years, fans have been saying that Jason, I can't say his last name, so I really don't want to mess it up, would make a great Bullseye, and it appears as if Marvel has been listening. The Spy Star has apparently been talking to them about playing the assassin, while you won't believe which other bad guys are expected to appear. So, yeah, this just one up, so I'm not really familiar with this story. I haven't really had to read it. As I'm speaking about it is how much I know about it, which is only a few minutes ago. Yeah, actually, okay, I think I recognize him. I think he was one of the guys that... I said he was in Furious 7. I thought he might have been in also, because he looks really familiar. Yeah, I think he always plays like the tough guy in those movies, if it's who I think it is. I'll have to look his name up. Maybe I'll just kind of highlight that, because I can't say his name, so I'm going to at least look it up so I can make it more familiar of where else I've seen him. I thought it might have been in those Stallone movies, too. Yeah, actually it is. He's an English actor. He was known for his roles in Guy Ritchie's crime films, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, Snatch, and Revolver. So he was in Furious 7. So this might help people out because obviously I'm having a hard time with his last name. He was in Transporter, Wild Card, The Expendables, and Crank. Yeah, he's an incredible actor, so yeah, they're going to have him apparently, or will have him play Bullseye. So I assume it's for the TV series on Netflix. Now, that man's incredible. I actually like him better, I hate to say that, almost than James Bond. So, yeah, he should have been almost picked somehow. You know, I mean, I know he's kind of going bald, but it doesn't stop it from they couldn't put, like, hair on the man. I mean, I've done that with other actors, because he's a really good actor. Action-type actor. Ooh. Sorry about that, folks. I just seen another interesting article. I'm just, like, finding things at this point, and I'm actually at my point of ending my show, but this one just struck... something. This woman I'm like, I want to say friends with. I guess I'm just linked her on Facebook. It's called Willow Rain is her thing, her page name. Anyway, she posted a story and it says, #1 Australian 600-pound woman gives birth to a 40-pound baby, and this baby is huge. A 600-pound woman gives birth to a 40-pound baby. That is crazy. That can't be healthy for that poor baby either. I am not going to bookmark that one on my page because it'll definitely give me nightmares. So some of the stuff she puts on there is pretty explicit, but that one's pretty scary. So I'm hearing a little bit of noise in the house, even at 4:30 a.m. So I might cut my show off anyway because I try to keep it between a half-hour mark. And I really don't have much to say. It's Friday morning, folks. So, I just wanted to kind of touch base because I kind of got caught up again watching Liv and Maddie. That show is like, I can't say enough about it. I know you're going to drive people nuts about that. Crazy. When I find something I really like, I just go, overboard with stuff. It's kind of obvious. So anyway, yeah, there was that stuff. And I want to get started on my other show, the Ghost Whispers, eventually. Anyway, folks, it is Friday morning. I'm sure this show was probably definitely one of my worst shows yet. Not saying there is not other ones, but this one is definitely going to peak there. So everyone, I want to wish everyone a good Friday morning, no puns intended, and I am signing off for now. Good morning.